Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Starting off, how do you feel about what just happened?
Like we wrote in our statement, this is only partial justice, and there's more to come.
So this is what should have been done 14 months ago. They should never have been even brought to trial. They should have never been prosecuted. They know that now. They knew it then, and unfortunately they had to go through this process, and our clients had to go through it to get the right answer.
And how quickly are, you guys going to be back in school teaching?
My understanding is that our Board of Trustees is meeting this afternoon, and we expect to be back at work very soon. And we can't wait to see those children.
This is a lesson for a lot of people to be careful when you hear gossip, when you hear 13-year-old children doing the telephone game. It can be unbelievably tragic. It's destroyed the lives of these dedicated, lifelong educators because people believed it. Sometimes the media has a little bit of a blame because they spread some of this stuff that's not true without vetting it. We hope y'all will help us make sure this doesn't ever happen again.
But the problem in this case was it was a top-down directive from Laura Nodoff, just like Detective Alonzo told us. And when you have prosecutors who are telling police, don't do any more investigation, go out, get the warrants, arrest them, and we'll figure out what's true later, that is an absolute abuse of power. And that never should have happened here.
And how integral was Alonzo's testimony yesterday for this to happen?
She was the only investigating officer, and to her credit, she came in and said, this is not what happened, this is what I was told to do, and as a result of that, she's been branded a liar by the DA's office, and they dismissed the case.
Did you expect it to be as lengthy as it was already at this point?
Yes.
We were halfway through. It was going to be a lot longer.
We were halfway through the state's case. We had to decide last night out of the 15 people we wanted to call to make sure that these people's truth was told, what we didn't have to put on just to not bore the jury any longer than the prosecutors had.
And are you guys going to take any actions against Nodoff? I mean, is there anything that, you don't want to say to her?
Stay tuned.
You already saw so many cheering just now, moments ago, but seeing a standing ovation immediately after they dismissed all of those charges, were you expecting that, and how did that feel?
It's a community that the school has supported these administrators all the way along, and to their credit, the school stood behind them. They know they're good people. They continue to know they're good people. They know they didn't do what was wrong. They know these were just bogus charges, and brought by, disgruntled pageant mom who didn't get what she wanted.
And Mr. Hurley, you said you wanted to restore Todd Freese's trust in the justice system. Do you think that this helped that?
We've started. We got a little ways to go.
You seem to have somewhat of a confidence when you came back into the courtroom just before they dismissed these charges. What was going through your guys' mind when you were walking back into that courtroom, knowing what was about to happen?
Well, we had a meeting at 8:30 this morning where we got a pretty good clue that this was going to happen. In fact, there wasn't any other choice based on how the evidence came out and that the truth finally came out.
And the jurors obviously didn't make a decision, but is there anything you guys want to say to them for taking part?
We are so appreciative of them sitting through this and being called and doing their jury service. But I'll tell you, they did listen to everything. Mm-hmm. And before they left the courtroom, they all decided they wanted to see what everybody thought, and they took a temporary vote amongst themselves. And they said it would take them less than 5 minutes to find our clients not guilty. So that tells you a lot about a week and a half of trial and evidence of what they thought about the state's case, even at this point.
They also gave hugs to these fine educators on their way out, and that's always a powerful moment.
What was it like for the four of you working together on this case?
The dream team.
Deja vu all over again.
Yeah. May I thank the Trinity community for standing behind us the whole time, for making sure that we knew that they believed in us, that they trusted us, and that we had everything we needed and that our lawyers had everything we needed so that we could return to our calling of serving the families of Trinity School of Midland.
And I would just echo that and know that Adrienne and Todd share that exact same feeling and thought. And we're just so grateful. We are here today because of these four and our Trinity community.
Amen.
Amen. Here with us.
Thank you all very much.
I have a meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.